Accommodation's amazing. Obviously it's fairly plain at the moment because the athletes haven't arrived, and when they do arrive they'll cover it with posters and all sorts of stuff that they bring from their countries. But I think the atmosphere here in July is going to be absolutely terrific.
We talked about the original idea of putting the sailors in a cruise ship out in the bay. Why hasn't that happened, and why is it that they're going to be coming to stay here?
Well, I'm afraid that was my bright idea that got canned a few years ago, and I'm glad that we did can it. It was the challenge with Weymouth and Portland is accommodation, always has been accommodation, and when you've got this number of athletes arriving, finding a hotel to put them in was a challenge. So the ship was considered. I'm absolutely delighted that we decided to go with the village, and we found a developer to develop it for us, because not only will they have much more comfortable accommodation here, it'll be much nicer than a ship. There's a great legacy for Weymouth and Portland afterwards, which will be great for the communities down here.
How is this going to compare with the accommodation for the runners and all of the other athletes that are actually going to be up in London?
Well, in terms of quality, it's just as good. Because it's smaller, I think it's going to be much more of a village atmosphere than some pretty significant accommodation in London. I mean, we're accommodating 18,000 athletes and coaches in London. It's a big development. This is going to be much smaller, with about 1,200 athletes and coaches, so much more intimate, much more fun. Sailors are very chilled out. They love having a good time, so this is going to be a great place to be in July.